this is my journey of 1,000 no's. Okay, well, not really, but a lot of no's in order to hear a yes.
I've known it all my life. I made it. I know that there's no doubt. I made it.
Strong friends, what is going on? Coming at you. You know who I am, obviously. You've been here before. It's Courtney. Today's video is coming at you completely unscripted, raw and honest, and it is, I had said at the beginning, it is my journey of 1,000 no's, which is, yes, a little bit dramatic and not accurate at all, but hearing a lot of no's, and basically the purpose of this is hearing all the no's in order to hear that one important yes. So on my Instagram stories recently, I had said that I needed to hear all these no's in order to hear a yes, and it was one of the most, I guess, pivotal days of my business career, and I kind of called it like a leap day. So almost like, you know, the analogy that people have, like you have the arrow and you need that slingshot in order to propel forward, or you need like 5 steps back and then 6 steps forward, or whatever term you want to hear. Anyway, November 7th, 2019 was an extremely important day. But first, we're taking it back all the way to almost 2 years ago, back in December 2017. Now, if you have not been hanging out with me for that long, that is totally okay. December 2017, it was kind of the first time I traveled long-term outside of Canada with no real intentions. I just wanted to kind of work and live abroad a little bit. So I was actually in a place called Samana, which is a very small town in the Dominican Republic. I won't get into all that, but it was a very crucial point in my life. It was very important for me, and I feel like it was very significant. And I needed to be there in that place completely secluded for like 7 weeks in order to kind of figure out who I am, what I wanted to do with my business, how I wanted to move forward in my life. So at that point, December 2017, I wanted to do retreats. That was kind of the first time the opportunity or thought had come up for me. And basically the short of that, or I guess the preface of all of that, was basically the guy who I was renting the Airbnb from at the time, he was talking about that he was building a gated community in that area, and we were talking. I said that I was like an online fitness coach, for lack of a better term, trying to explain to someone in a different language. And he had said, oh, well, this would be a great opportunity to have some of your athletes come, and that's kind of the whole thought of retreats coming up. That was honestly the first time I had mentioned it to my clients at the time. So those clients who've been with me for a really long time know that back in December 2017, I wanted to do athlete retreats. Then after that, I had made my way down to Mexico in Playa del Carmen, and if you're familiar with the area of Riviera Maya or Quintana Roo, which is like the state, Tulum, which is very close by, is like the mecca of retreats. More so yoga retreats, but nonetheless, I feel like everybody does retreats. So obviously that's going through my mind with seeing everyone that's doing fitness retreats. I'm like, well shit, if everyone else is doing it, why can't I do it too? Like, I've done so much in my own business, why can't I just do this as well? Fast forward to almost a year, and around November 2018 was when I kind of had really gotten settled into Mexico. I knew I wanted to stay here a little bit longer, and that is when I kind of put the bug in my client's ear saying like, hey, maybe I want to do fitness retreats again. What do you guys think about it? So then that's when I really started planning, really started doing the research, honestly hearing a lot of no's again, and it was not no's like directly from my clients. They were a lot of maybes, and maybe is definitely better than a no. So I was hearing a lot of maybes, but I was talking to people at Airbnbs, I was talking to hotels, I was talking to restaurants, trying to figure things out. I was still very new to Mexico, so I really had no idea what was going on. I kind of had like built a structure in terms of that. I put a lot of energy, like honestly probably 2 weeks of constant, like at least 40 hours of work into all of this, just doing research and stuff. And it was a lot of maybes from my clients, and at that point I was like, I cannot put any more energy into this if I just keep hearing no's. So not that it was like an indefinite no, it was just a not right now kind of thing. Fast forward again, and later that year, so it was December 2018 / January 2019 is when I was approached by someone, and I'm not going to get too into all of this, but I had signed a contract to be the fitness director for Respire Fitness magazine. So if you've been with me for the last few months, you probably saw some of those posts. Our big plan for that was not only I was supposed to be the face of Respire Fitness magazine and kind of push more of like the average fitness healthy lifestyle rather than the typical fitness magazines that you would see, but we had a big plan to do fitness retreats as well. Obviously the first one was going to be down here in Mexico, and I was like, great, this is like such a perfect opportunity. I've already been doing a lot of research. I've been here for like close to a year now. I kind of know more people. I'm really familiar with the area. Like, awesome opportunity. I was like, the stars aligning, hello, awesomeness, everything's great, right? We put in so much work. I was going to hotels, I was writing business plans, I was doing research and doing all this budgeting and accounting for things and contacting people and doing language translation. Like, it was loco. It was an unpaid full-time job for me for like 3 months, doing all of this research, going back to the hotels, doing different meetings, calling the owner of the magazine and playing like the middleman in terms of like all this communication. That fell through. And the reason why that fell through is I was getting no's. I was getting too many pushbacks, and again, the same thing, I was putting way too much energy into it, and I was like, right now, I just can't do it. It was crushing me. And kind of just backtrack on all of that. That was my one goal that I wanted in 2019. I'm not a big New Year's resolution person, but I was like, this year, the only thing I want to do was make retreats successful. And I was like, now that I'm signed with Respire magazine, I have the means, I have the outreach, I have the social media following where there's like thousands and thousands of people watching me and getting this message. People aren't going to say no, like this is going to happen. I was so into this. I put everything into this. And if you're around and following me on social media back in like January, February, that was like, I knew I had that. I was so friggin' confident in everything. Anyway, that fell through, right? Like, you kind of get what's going on here. It was emotionally exhausting, and to be completely honest, I was embarrassed. I did not tell anybody that it wasn't happening. I was so set on it happening that I was like, I can't say this again. Like, I was so not even embarrassed to hear what people would say, but embarrassed for myself, because I'm the kind of person that when I give something my all, I give it my all until I succeed. I ended up cutting the contract with the magazine back in September for personal reasons. I couldn't do it anymore, so that was cut. What I had learned from that experience between like January signing with the magazine and September was I literally put the one goal that I had, I put it into someone else's hands. And the problem with that was that other person determined my level of success. And we know that when you set any goals, it doesn't come down to your personal trainer telling you what to do, your coach having your meal plan for you. If you don't put in that hard work, if you don't do it for yourself, if you expect someone else to be successful for you, it's not gonna happen, right? Like, you know that from so many experiences, whether it's your own experiences or people around you. I put that one goal that I had in 2019 in the hands of someone else. And guess what? It didn't happen. So 2 weeks ago, like the end of October, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this one more time. There are so many people in Tulum doing fitness retreats. Why can't I do this? But the thing is, I needed to hear all of these no's for the last almost 2 years in order to get to where I am right now, the beginning of November 2019. I needed to know that back in December 2017, when I was in the Dominican, the ideas that I had for that retreat, I needed to hear no's from that. I needed to hear no's back in November 2018, or the maybes from my clients, in order to change my mindset and to change my approach. I needed to hear those big no's from the big hotels and resorts in Playa when I was working with Respire Fitness magazine. And I needed all of those no's in order to figure out how to get to this yes. Otherwise, you can't just go in with no concept and just initially expect that yes to happen, because then you don't appreciate it. And to explain how much I appreciate where I am right now and how I heard that one yes that I'm just about to get to, I can't put into words. I was so lost for words that I've literally been crying thinking about this for the last 24 hours. I'm not gonna get into the details of my fitness retreat yet. I'll save that for another time. But the point of this video is talking about how many no's I needed to hear, and it literally felt like 1,000 no's in order to hear that one yes. And long story short of the retreats now, I completely changed my mindset and approach with these retreats. I did the work, I stayed super quiet about it. I sent it to all of my clients, and within 10 days, the retreat booked. And it was done. And once those clients booked, once I had like the complete retreat sold out, that was my yes. That was my validation. Not that I put it out there, that it was booked and it was confirmed. All the smaller details we can get to another time, but I needed those confirmations from my athletes in order to get that official yes. And I got it. I got it on November 7th, 2019. The first person that I had called about that or told was my dad, because my dad has been so friggin' supportive of me since literally the beginning, which sounds cheesy, but every single venture I've been on, he's known everything about. And I wanted to call him and tell him that it was officially happening. He didn't even have an idea, because I was so quiet about this, because I was like, I cannot hear no again. And that was in my mindset. I was like, this is happening. I'm not accepting failure. I'm not accepting defeat. I'm only accepting yes. And I wanted to call him. I wanted to say, Dad, like, you're gonna be so proud of me when I tell you this. And I was just about to call him, and I started crying. And I couldn't even see my phone to dial. And I had to put my phone down, cover my eyes, and just let it out. And I was just like, I feel like I'm gonna cry now. I was just like, I can't believe this is actually happening. And still talking about that after 24 hours, I'm still so, oh fuck, damn it, I didn't want to cry. I'm still so overwhelmed and so proud of myself. And it's not about the retreat. It's not about who's coming down or what we're doing or all the amazingness that we're gonna be doing. It's that I didn't give up. And I'm so proud of myself for not giving up, for not caring how many no's I heard, like literally the thousands of no's over 2 years. Because I know, oh God, because I know that I'm capable of absolutely anything I set my mind to. And it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna happen in a year. But I know that if I don't accept failure, if I don't accept defeat, if I know that hearing no isn't good for me, if I know that I can hear a yes, that I'm gonna keep doing it until I have to. And I heard so many no's until I got that one yes that I needed to hear. And at the end of all of this, basically my point in this video, one, I'm being incredibly vulnerable. Two, I'm telling you a story that many people don't know, that I am doing these fitness retreats other than my athletes right now. The point is, if you don't give up, if you know that you're worthy of hearing yes, you're gonna work your ass off. You're not gonna let anyone else determine your level of success. Everything I've done in my career up until this point has been worth it. And that's all I got for you, strong friends. I need to go like clean my face right now because I was not expecting to cry that much. Thankfully not wearing any makeup. Okay, that's it, strong friends. Catch you later.